This is a part 2 of how to evaluate trig. Here's a question I put on the trig finals. So let's get to it. Now I would advise watching part 1, but if you don't have time, hopefully this one is good enough to stand alone. But if you need more info, take a look at part 1. Okay, the first thing I did over here is I'm trying to attempt to simplify this ugly looking angles into a simpler one, the primary angles. The periodicity for sine and cosine functions is 2 pi, so I'm trying to split 2 pi away from this ugly angles that were given. And here's the line once it's simplified onto the 3 pi over 2, 4 pi over 3, and all those angles are within the 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi. Sine and cosine 1 over the function gives the secant and cosecant. Here's the trick. If it starts with s, then it's 1 over cosine. Similarly, if it starts with the cosine, then 1 over the cosine becomes secant. Anyway, so what I need to do next is to find out how to evaluate this chunk and this chunk. Let's go right into it. So what I have over here is, since this is a negative angle, it goes clockwise. Okay, so I divided the circle here in 6 parts over here, as you can see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 gets me over here. And the basic triangle, even though it's all the way up there, it's actually a 30-60 degree triangle. And since we're looking for cosine, here's a quick way to remember is a crossing x for cosine. As you can see, I'm trying to line up the cosine over here. So basically, we're looking for this x value for the cosine of this angle. Minus radical 3 over 2 is the value, because in video 1 of this part, when we have a special triangle that's 30 degrees over here, unit circle says hypotenuse is 1, that the angle corresponding to 30 degrees is half. Using Pythagorean theorem, you'll see this chunk is really just radical 3 over 2. Okay, so this is a pretty important one. Now, having this one evaluated, we know this is radical 3 over 2, and we'll quickly evaluate the other two, and then we can solve this problem. Here, what we need to do is cosine. Now remember what I said earlier, crossing is the cosine, so it has x. So we're looking for x value. And this 3 pi over 2 is really 3 of pi over 2. That's how you look at the angles. So here I numbered them. This is the first pi over 2, second pi over 2, and 3 pi over 2. The angle direction is this way because it's a positive angle. It's counterclockwise. So here I'm looking for the x value, and what do you know? It's big fat 0. All right, let's look for the last one. This last one is a little more tedious because it's pi over 3. The way really you can think about it is that pi over 3, since pi is really just 180 degrees, over 3, that's 60 degrees. So the way I did it is I cut it into 30-degree segment, and then I count every other one. And it doesn't help for you, then you can somehow figure out how to draw the 60 degrees. But best way I figure out is divide by 3 and count every other one. All right, since we're doing sine over here, now remember sine is the y value over here. I had a student share with me, think of it as a stinky or sinky. Since there's a sine, there's a y here. Okay, so we're looking for a y value, and here's the y value. Here's the angle I'm looking for in order to find a y value as this radical 3 over 2 with a minus sign here. Again, in part 1, I went in detail why that's the case. When you have a 30 degrees in unit circle, the opposing side is half wherever is facing the 30 degrees. So this leg that's a little longer is going to be radical 3 over 2, and in this quadrant is minus. So now we have all 3 of the values, and simply putting them back, we can finish this problem. Picking where we left off, so we have 1 over minus radical 3 over 2. This is 0. Minus give me the plus sign, radical 3 over 2. And then let's minus 2 over radical 3. Let's rationalize this one, so for easier simplification. And the final answer is going to be minus radical 3 over 6. All right, I hope this helps. Hi, this is Dr. Pan recording from Tucson, Arizona. Please comment or share this video. Together we can make math easy again. Have a confident day.